Hello, good afternoon, this is Diecast Luna. Hope you're all doing well, and today's video is going to be a little bit of a sort of a semi-custom on this Matchbox Collector's Porsche 550 Spyder. I'm just not happy with it. You know, it's a nice little casting, but these wheels really let it down. They're just far too small. I know the original Porsche 550 had reasonably big arches, but these are ridiculous. So I'm actually going to take these wheels off, fit something that's I think a little bit more period correct. They're not actually period correct, but they should look good, because the actual 550 had narrow, quite tall tyres, but the wheels I'm going to replace these with are still just as wide, but are going to be hopefully a little bit more, fill it out a little bit more. And I'm going to try and paint the interior, or at least the seats, red, and maybe take off that steering wheel if we can see it there, and put a bit more realistic excuse me, a bit more realistic steering wheel. I'm not going to drill it out, as both of my 4mm drill bits are a bit blunt, and I don't really want to use a 5mm because it's just a bit too big. But we'll see what we can do. It could do it being stripped down really, but I think I can still do it without properly stripping it. But so that's the plan for today. So let's make a start. Right, and there it is with the new wheels on, and straight away it changes the stance. They are slightly higher, about the same sort of thickness, maybe a tad wider. It does roll. It doesn't roll really free, but it does at least roll, which is quite nice. I haven't actually had to make the axle holes any bigger, and I think it's really changed the stance of the car instantly. Now it looks just a lot better. Them arches were just so big. So let's get on and do a little bit more. Like I said, you can see it's rolling quite nice. This one's a little bit tight. I might do a little bit of work on this front just to make it a little bit more free spinning. And like you can see what I'm on about the wheels now. They're not period correct, but at least they're in keeping with the same sort of age. But it has, in my opinion, it has made the stance change completely. So let's do a little bit more. And there it is, all finished, and I'm actually quite happy with it now. I've done really well considering I didn't strip the car down. So as you can see, the first thing I did to it was stick on these wheels, which, like I said to you before, they fill up the arches a lot better, and they do spin, which is good, so the car does move. And I looked up on what I was basically trying to do is I was trying to mirror James Dean's car as best I could. Matchbox did a really good job with this casting. In my opinion, all they did wrong was they could have done with sticking some larger wheels on, slightly thinner, larger wheels. That was the biggest letdown. They made the arches quite big and put these little wheels on it. So like I said, you can see I've put some larger wheels on. They're the same sort of width as what was on there before, but they fill the arches better. And even though they're not actually period correct wheels to this car, they are period wheels, as in they're from the same sort of year. They're from the late sort of mid-50s wheels, and I've put the black dots on the end because James Dean's wheels had the shafts, like, so the way it basically the wheels bolted onto the hubs, and then you'd see the ends of the sort of end cap to the main shafts. So I've painted them black, the same as his car. I took out the old steering wheel, which, as you can see, was just a blank disc, way too small. The 550 Spyder had a massive steering wheel in it, big sort of a 3-spoke job, but I didn't have any 3 spokes, so I found a spare wheel out of another car, donor car, and glued it into place and painted it on. I did actually paint the gauge, but you can't see it because the steering wheel's so big. The actual windscreen, when you're sat in this car, your actual head's above the windscreen. It's not really a windscreen, it's just a slight windshield, really. It doesn't really protect you, you know, it's proper wind in the hair job. So the steering wheel is actually more to size than what the other one should be. And There's a rear plate now. I made it up. I had some plates, some tampo plates here, or some transfer plates here, transfers, and I'd cut one down because I didn't have anything that would fit it. And it's just random 773B, but I thought it looks better than a plain nothing there at all. And I've painted in little brown straps, and I've painted the gear stick top white because it would have had an ivory type. I don't think it was ivory white gear stick top. It wasn't an ivory gear stick. I think it was just a topped effect, like ivory effect. And obviously the seats in James Dean's car was red, so I've painted them red, and I've given the little tops of the intakes to the twin carbs there a bit of chrome. But it hasn't turned out too bad at all. And like I said, the wheels are moving quite nicely, which is good. As you can see, the front one's a bit stiff still, but I am very happy with it now. It's given it a proper stance now. In my opinion, it's finished it quite nicely. Because my missus said she thought I was a bit mad, because let's face it, these are premium price pieces. I mean, I don't know what people pay in the States for these model cars, Matchbox, but I paid nearly £10 for this, and then I'm hacking it up. But it was bugging me. The wheels really let it down. I would have liked to have... I've got thinner wheels here that were pretty much more to what would have been on this in size-wise. I think they were 16-inch wheels back in the day, which was quite large for a car from 55, but I've got nothing that the actual wheel pattern would have been completely wrong. But anyway, so that's that. So I hope you think it looks cool too, and I haven't messed up a perfectly good Matchbox collector's car. But with that, please like, share and subscribe. Stay tuned for more wheel swaps, restorations, customs and unboxings in the future. And with that, I'll see you all very soon. Thanks for watching.